Hey everyone, it's Anjanette with AJ's Personal Touch. How are you doing? Welcome back to my subscribers and welcome to anyone who is new. Um, I know it's been a while since I've been on here to do an actual video. I don't know how long it's been. I know I've been down for about a week and a half now with migraines every day. Every day. Knock on wood, I'm not migraine free today, but I am almost headache free today. I woke up with one. I could not get up until 5 o'clock this evening. But once I did, oh goodness, I got going. This is my second day this week that I felt okay, like after 5 o'clock. Hopefully tomorrow I will not have the same thing happen the last time. Except for the last time, I guess I wasn't completely headache free at 5 o'clock, but I got up. I needed to make protein bites. And for those who may not have heard me say before, when I can't eat the right way due to my chronic pancreatitis, I just learned this on my last bout how to make protein bites. I have to add protein to like everything. So when I found a recipe that I liked for protein bites, actually, I found like two or three different ones. I gotta sit back up for a second. My pillow is not the right way. Sorry about that. Um, I gotta grab something. Anyway, I combined a couple together because I didn't quite find one that I liked. Now I just use a lot of different odds and ends. I hope that sound is not bothering you, but I must have broken a nail and everything that I just been doing. So there. I just had to smooth it really, really quickly because otherwise it was going to bug me the whole time and I would end up with a huge broken nail instead of just a part of it chipped off. I can fix that. Okay. Um, Today I'm going to do some unboxings. But before I do that, I guess we'll get into what I've been doing today. I've been looking for one skein of yarn, and this skein of yarn was an anniversary skein of yarn that my best friend gave to me. And I've been looking everywhere and everywhere. I have a ton of, I don't want to move this and have you guys see all of my junk, but I have three, three boxes, not boxes. See, here's my brain because I can't think of what they are. The big boxes that you get like after Christmas to put your stuff in that people put their yarn in. I have six of those with yarn. One of them isn't completely full. It's three of them stuck together that haven't been used yet. And storage boxes. Here we go. Oh, sorry, but I know they're called something else as well. But anyway, one of them is open all the time because all I did was throw some bags in there of stuff that I'm actually using and that I'm working on now. Um, but I was trying to find that skein of yarn and I couldn't find it for the life of me. Then I started to doubt that it existed. Then I went back to watch the live that we did and I'm like, yeah, there it is. It's got to be here. So I pull it down again. Plus, I was trying to get um, all of my prizes together that I owe. So just to show you guys, I have everything pulled. It is all sitting right over here. I am making some stitch markers to put in with every one of them. So it's waiting on me to do that. Here is some of the beads that I have to use. Um, I got to find what I'm using as the base because I don't have all of my stitch marker making products. But I just ran across the ones today as I was going through everything that I got from Affordably Crafty when she did her, she put together all the yarn that she was able to get at the place that sold it for cheaper and stuff. Um, at like a craft supply place, and teachers are the only ones who could go in and get this stuff when companies and different things donated the items. So what she did was she bought, when she saw that they had high-end yarn like Barocco and whatever, they don't have any labels on them. So, but she said I think there's a Barocco plant not too far from her or something, but she's pretty sure it was Barocco yarn. And so she divided it up into ones with wool, acrylics, and cotton blends. And I got a cotton blend bag, and I was looking through that to see if there was anything that I wanted to take out of there to add to my prize box, because I have a box now that I'm putting my stuff in when I get stuff. And I didn't really find anything in there because I got the cotton one to use for amigurumis and stuff and to have different colors that I normally don't get. So I didn't want to give away. I was like, oh, well, I don't really use this color, but I'm like, oh, remember why you got this? So I was like, nope, this is my amigurumi bag. I really can't do that. So anyway, she put stitch markers in there that she made, and it reminded me that, oh, I can make some stitch markers like that. So I plan on making a couple stitch markers. I'm not sure how I'm going to add them to the packages. I'd wanted to have them done before I sat here and did this unboxing, but I didn't. So what I'm going to try to do, I will not try, I will take pictures of them because I'm not showing you what all I'm sending everybody for the prizes anyway. They're just a surprise, except for the one thing that I said that I had bought that I thought would go in. You've seen a couple things that I've unboxed that I said I thought might go in. So, yeah. Um, I have those to make, but I want to be able to sit down and breathe and be comfortable. And so I'll do that when I'm done with this, probably while it's uploading. Um, I don't have anything that I have to work on tonight. My Mother's Day shawl is done. Again, I wanted to be able to show it to you, but it is still damp right now because even though I didn't really need to block it, I wanted to use some of the yummy smelling soak that I had gotten, and I wanted to make sure that it was clean and everything smelled good, and I just wanted to be all fresh and brand new for her tomorrow. Only thing that I will do with it before I put it in the bag that I found, put it in, which is a Valentine's bag, not a Mother's Day bag. But since I can't get out of the house, I mean, beggars can't be choosers. But I found this one left over, I'm sure, from Valentine's Day one year when my daughter gave me a gift. Because there's another one that kind of matches it. There was like a bigger one and a smaller one. So I figured the bigger one probably came from my husband and the smaller one from my daughter. So, but anyway, I digress. That were one she gave to me and one she gave to my husband. I I don't know. I always helped her get bags and things when she was younger. Um, but yeah, I want to have my husband take some pictures of me. We're going to breakfast with my mother and my brother, and probably my brother's girlfriend, and I'm thinking my nephew tomorrow morning at 10 in the morning, which means I need to be getting to bed here soon as well. So I figure I'll get off here, I'll get my jams on, I will make the stitch markers, and then it will be time to go to bed. Check on the shawl to make sure that it is drying okay. I have it in my bedroom. I put towels over my bed. I moved my bedspread completely because I didn't want it to soak into my bedspread. Towels out. I wrung it out the best that I could without damaging it. And then I spread it out. I've taken pictures of it spread out. If I can figure out a way how to attach one, I'll try to attach it on here. But I've never attached a picture on here before, so I'm not sure how that works. Um, oh goodness, I'm trying to think. My brain does not want to work. I put it in there. Oh, and I turned my fan on so that the fan can oscillate over it and try to help it dry to move the air around. And I went in earlier and I felt it, and yes, it's still damp, but it is definitely not as damp as it would have been without the fan. So then I took it, I flipped it over, I moved the towels around so the dampest one wasn't in the spot, and the one that wasn't as damp went up where the dampest was. Just moving things around, trying to help it dry quicker. So I just didn't have different towels to put up in its place, or I would have put completely new towels up, and you know, I just don't have them. So there we go. Like I said, if I can figure out how to add a picture, I will add it somewhere around in here, whatever side it would pop up in. Um, let's get started. I got this in the mail yesterday from Knit Crate. I'm guessing it's my April Knit Crate. I am not sure why it's in a bag and not in a box. I did not read anything about it not coming the regular way. But then again, I have not read really anything in my emails for the last week and a half, unless it was something important that I knew was going to be there and that I had to read. So with that said, if you've sent me something and I have not answered you back, that is why. Please resend me another email. I need to go through them with certain search words to make sure that I haven't missed anything, like for editing or anything like that, which I'm sure that I haven't, because so far I've only done free tech editing, which is what I was giving people in order to try and get my name out there. My first, the first one free, in exchange for, excuse me, gosh, my brain, uh, and if they liked it, on a review. Let's say review. That's not the right word that I'm looking for, but in exchange for their review, their testimonial. There we go. Their testimonial that I can then put up on my webpage when I get one worked up. Also, I have put a call out there for my friends, like personal, real life friends. If any of them know how to put together a web page, if they might be able to help me. And so far, I've not gotten anybody who has responded. Um, I really don't have any money to pay for it, but I can barter with making something crochet. Also, if you know what jamboree nails are, I've got tons of jamboree nails from when I was selling it. Find something. I can pay some, I just can't pay a ton. So if anybody knows of anybody who is into bartering or knows how to do it and might be into helping me, I know there are so many different ones that I can go to, and everybody is like, oh, and if you have any issues, you can call their tech support and they walk you through it. My brain has not been in a talking to tech support type of way. Um, if I can find somebody who can just do it for me and I can barter with them and pay them back for it that way, that would be fantastic. Um, if not, I need to get one up. So I need to start. I've been paying for my crochetpreneur classes and I haven't been doing them, and I need to do them. And I just signed up for the free one again this year, her summit, and that's how I learned all about her last year, was in her summit. And I just haven't had a chance because between my tech editing class and then tech editing and making crochet for people, I just haven't had a chance to sit down and take my classes. And that is a number one of my priorities. It's not really number one, probably more like number two once I get past this month and get past Mother's Day and my daughter's birthday. So I've already gotten Mother's Day taken care of. Now I got to get my daughter's birthday presents taken care of, which starting it takes some brain power, which is why I have not started it yet. Now back to this knit crate. Oh, I better turn it that way, although my address is very tiny on here. I almost couldn't see it before. This, I believe, is April's knit crate because I don't remember getting April's yet. So be very careful. I don't want to tap into anything. That's not a colorway that I... Knitology Wisp clay pot. Okay, yes, this is April's. I forgot. This is clay pot. Look at that. That is so pretty. Now that I look at it some more, it almost matches me. It's almost a corally. When I pull it out, by looking at this from the light coming this way now, it looked orange. And I'm going, I know there was not an orange colorway. It's not orange. More of a pinkish, rosy, terracotta-y color. I don't know if this is showing its true color or not. If it should be the darker color that I was seeing. But here's both of them. Again, it's the Knitology Wisp. I don't think I've ever had Wisp before. Clay pot, 100% merino wool. Ooh. DK weight, 236 yards by 100 grams. So 215 meters and 4 ounces. Hand wash gently, dry flat. It takes a US 5 to 7 hooks, which is 3.75 to 4.5 millimeters. Knitting needles, excuse me, or a US 7 to I9 of 4.5 to 5.5 millimeter hook. That is pretty. This might actually, it's not pinky pink by any means, although the lighter makes it look almost pinky pink, and probably because of my top. Let me see. I hold it with this. There you go. It looks a little bit the color that I'm seeing there. It looks pinky pink to me. With that in front of it, it looks a little bit with a little bit more orange added to it. There we go. That looks a little bit more true to color. And then let's see what I've been kind of excited to see what else was in here because it's heavy and I can tell it's kind of like a book. So let's see what our extra is. First of all, this month is the conservatory. Retreat from a chilly spring morning into the humid warmth of a greenhouse lush with plants. There was clay pot, rainfall, which is like a purpley blue, and then conservatory, which is green, which let me cover that up. And then these right here are the colorways for the regular yarn box, and these two are the socks. And I think, yes, this one is almost the color of the clay pot mixed with like a white to an off-white, and here's the green down here with white to off-white. I would really like to get some of that sock yarn. I almost did while it was 75% off. I couldn't afford it. As you guys know, I am not buying yarn right now. Oh, but this is pretty. Look at this. Talk about something that'll be useful. It's just a nice little journal. Lined journal with the leaves on the front. And then it has, I love this when the books have these, elastic. Plus it has a bookmark itself too. So you can put elastic around the whole book so the whole book stays shut. Or you can put an elastic on the next day and do it that way. Nicer way than how I just did it quickly. I don't want to mess up the journal, and I almost did like that. So then you can open straight to that day like that. Or you can put your bookmark in and then open it with your bookmark to, but maybe you have a very special day that you always want to be able to go to. You can bookmark that day, and then you can use this as the bookmark for the other days. I do love these kind of journals, and I will be keeping this. I use journals all the time for different classes. I started to write up the summit last year in a journal, and because I couldn't afford to pay to be able to keep the videos for life, which I would have liked to have been able to do because they had so many good teachings. So many good teachings. And this year they went down on the price, and I still can't afford it, and I wish I could. Just being able to afford to pay for the class has been a little too much, and I wanted to stop this year, but I can't because I have to keep taking it because there's so many different things I want to learn. I can't remember if the class, if you only pay for it for a year, and then you have everything and you don't have to pay for it anymore, because I'm paying in installments, and there is a yearly fee as well. I can't remember if you have to pay for it each year that you're in it, or I don't know. I'll find out though here in the next month or so. Now, this is a package that my friend sent me. I already know what's in it, but I want to share it with you guys. This is my friend that I think I was saying, I think I mentioned her briefly on the collab, that I have a friend who goes to these yarn groups on Facebook. I never know how to get these open when people just put paper around it, and I don't want to just rip it all off and then have you guys listening to all this paper, but being ripped off. I was trying to cut it. Goodness gracious, this is taped up pretty well. Anyway, there's one yarn that she has that I've been looking for, and I told her, I said, she was showing me all these different colorways. She has bought so much yarn since she just started crocheting again, and I helped. I mean, I'm not the only one who helped her. I'm one of the people who helped her decide to get back into crocheting this last year. And she delved right in. She started going on the different pages on Facebook, the yarn pages and stuff, where you can look for yarn, or if people need to sell yarn, say they're having a rough time and they need to pay bills, which she found the person for the first yarn, which I don't want to tell you what it is because I want to show you that when I eventually get it from her. I told her, I saw a colorway that she had, and I said, oh, that looks like such and such colorway. I would love to get it. I will tell you this, it's a red heart colorway. I'm like, hard to find. Everybody wants it. I'm not a red heart person per se, as you guys know. Depending on what it is. I do have a cake of red heart wrap, I think. Try that I ran into again tonight that I didn't realize I had. Sorry, if I would have realized this was going to take me so long, I would have done this already. This part, I didn't think it would be so hard to get off. That's one reason the post office doesn't like when people wrap, because it can fall off and then the box can open during shipping. Dang, sorry, I'm so sorry about all the noise right now. I cannot do anything to tear this up. Oh my goodness. All that tape on the side. She has all that tape around the box too, making all of that stick to it even harder. This is all I can tape like you can get from the post office. Goodness gracious. Like the tape you used to be able to get from the post office when I worked in a postal store. I don't know if they did all this taping after they got it there. I know they did the label on pirate ships because I was talking about that with my friend because she will send things out or have things sent. And she said, well, that's what your label was made on because I had her make it on that so I could save some money on shipping. Um, anyway, she goes into the room and she can find retro yarn that were discontinued yarn. That's a better word for it. Discontinued yarn. She called it retro yarn. Um, and when I saw the one colorway that she has, oh my goodness, I don't know how to get into this box. She, I told her, I was like, oh, that looks like such and such. And she said, that is that yarn. And I was like, how do you have that yarn? It is so hard to find. And she explained to me that she's been in this group and the girl that she's been getting the yarn from. I broke my. Or is that the farthest that they go out? Yes, I am having a time of this. I am so sorry. Um, she said, well, that is the yarn that you think it is. And she's making a blanket out of it. And it's just gorgeous. And like, I know you don't particularly care for this kind of yarn, so I didn't even tell you I had this. And she's like, I can find quite a bit more of it if you want some. And I was like, well, actually, yeah, I want to make a sweater with it. So, not only a sweater, I want to make a duster, I think. I ran into another yarn that I forgot that I had gotten for the sole purpose of making a spring sweater with, and it's well, not really. It's not as long as a regular duster, but it's kind of on the lines of a duster. Um, he was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of using a different one for," which was another one that I told her. I said, "Well, keep your eyes out for blacklight." I was like, "If you can find blacklight," I was like, "I am not at all, a fan of Super Saver yarn, but I would love to get some blacklight yarn." And I said I had one roll that somebody had sent me through the blessings page because I had seen it on Amazon and it was a decent price. Well, now they've jacked the price up because they must have realized that it's discontinued. So anyway, I finally got this open. He was like, actually, I'm looking for it too. And then I told her also green that they discontinued, grasshopper green, I think, or whatever the green is. Because I know a couple people who are looking for it who are sad that it's going to be gone. Glowworm, I think that's the name of it. So she's looking for that too. Well, this one I told her, I was like, I wanted this so bad, and it was on the clearance sale last year at Hobby Lobby, and I went looking for it, and it was gone already. And my cousin works there, and she was supposed to let me know like the minute that the sale started because this was what I wanted, and I wanted to get whatever they had, maybe leave a couple for somebody depending on how many was there. And she's like, well, somebody has already been here shopping, but the clearance has started. And then I had to find somebody to get me there. because she didn't give me enough notice, which they didn't have enough notice. So I'm not upset with her about that. And my husband took pity on me because my daughter promised me to take me. That's what she told me last year for Mother's Day. She promised when that came around, she'd take me. And she was at work and she didn't get off work till 5, 6 o'clock, and she was working late. She wasn't getting off then around till like 9. So she said, "This weekend I can take you." I'm like, well, by then all the good stuff will be gone. So, and plus, I told her, I said there were specific things I wanted, and I wanted this, and then I also wanted the premier yarn. They had marked down the blossom, some of the blossom yarn, and I wanted that or blooming. I can't remember what it is now, if it's blossom or blooming. Anyway, I wanted some of that. So both gone. And this lady must have got my cousin was like, I think there's only been one person here really shopping in the yarn since the clearance went up. She said, but she got like 1 or 2 carts full. She said, but there's still plenty there. I was like, yeah, but she got the main thing that I wanted, which was this. And I'm just so excited now that I got the box open and now that I can see it and that I can feel it. Oh, it's so soft. Oh, goodness. I'm so excited. This is Sugar Wheel Cotton Sparkle. Sugar Wheel Cotton Sparkle in the colorway Jenny's Galoshes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So excited. And I'm thinking this must have been in the clearance too because you can tell where the sticker was taken off. Oh, Um, 5 ounces, 142 grams, 335 yards, 306 meters. It's 97% cotton and 3% metallic polyester. So the sparkle in there, can you see that sparkle? Look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love it. It has like so many of my favorite colors. It's got the pale yellow, like the baby green, and the little, oh, the pale pink, and then the blue, and then the yellow again in there. Oh, isn't that just gorgeous? Now, this, I would like to make a summer top for myself out of this. And when she asked me how many did I need, I told her 4. And then she surprised me. I've got 8 on the way to you. She had already gotten all 8 and had them sent to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So now, not only can I make a top for me or a shawl, top or a shawl, because I've seen a shawl pattern made specifically for um, this cotton yarn that I fell in love with. So I'll make either a shawl or a top for myself, a summer top. Um, and then whatever is left over, I will use for baby items, whether it be amigurumi, loveys, maybe baby blanket. See, that's the perfect color to make a baby blanket for somebody who you don't know what gender they're having. Most people don't need to use those colorways hardly anymore because they find out what they're having and they'll use that for like girls because it's got the pink in there. Not a lot of parents who are having boys that I know of anyway will let you do one that has like pinks or purples in it. Except for my best friend, she let me. Um, because even though she knew she was having a baby boy, she was like, whatever. You know? So, um, yeah. Anyway, I am so excited to get that. And I am totally whooped now. So, excuse me, I need a drink of tea. I don't mean to be rude every time I take a drink, but my throat is hurting so bad. I can feel my migraine right back here just wanting to intrude. Something else I wanted to let you guys know. I am, for those of you from way back when I first started, I can't remember how long I'd been on when I made this. I made myself a hair tie, and I it was something that had never been made before. It just so happened there was a night I needed to go somewhere the next day. I wanted my hair to be curly, and I just kept thinking, and it wasn't the first time I thought this way, but my mom, when she was younger, when they wanted curls, they used to take a strip of cloth and they'd roll their hair up and then they'd tie it to keep it tight wherever it landed. And they would do so many of them to get all the different areas and all the different curls, and they put it all out the next day. Well, me, all I want is one, and that I can wrap it up and put my hair in a bun and then let it down when it dries and have some of my nice curls back that I lost a while ago. I used to have naturally curly hair, and then once I started getting my hair permed to get the more curl all over instead of the small curls, not I shouldn't not smalls, the few curls that I had, I wanted more. I like the really tiny ringlet like perm look, spiral perm look. Um, it took away my curl, which I know it does that for a lot of people. It either takes it away or it may give you more. For me, it pretty much took it away. I still have waves, but I don't have curl. So I it's been a while since I've had a perm, since I can even afford to go and get a perm. My daughter can cut my hair for me and she can dye it for me if I want her to, but she doesn't know how to perm it for me. So I really need to find somebody to go to for a perm because I can't afford the price anymore. Um, I wouldn't mind going back to the lady who used to give them to me, but I haven't been able to get into her salon for a while because once she was able to reopen, she hasn't been able to get anybody back in to work with her. She has a small salon, but like three people can work out of it, her and two other people, and she hasn't been able to find another person to work there, so it's been just her, and she's just been swamped. So with the very few days that I've been limited to in hours, I haven't been able to find, time to get in to see her. I would have to like schedule a month ahead of time. And then knowing me, sometimes I had to cancel because I was sick, and different things. So I haven't really even tried since COVID. Daughter will come and she'll cut off my ends for me. I really need to go and get my hair not sculpted, but sculpted would probably be a good word for it. He would trim my bangs so that they would like frame my face. There's the word I'm looking for, frame. So they would go around and frame my face. Well, my daughter doesn't know how to do that. So she just cuts them. Right now we're leaving them long. So if I can get to this lady and have her cut my hair, she'll have something to work with. So I didn't want my daughter to cut them as short as I used to. I have my bangs down to here. Now they're long enough to be back in my hair thing. Anyway, I made this hair thing that I was able to roll my hair up with, and I left so many chains on each side. I think I had like 20 chains on each side so that I could tie it. And it was working pretty good. And I had done a live and had sat and crocheted another one with you guys, told you guys how to crochet it as I was, working it up. And I never have heard back from anybody if they like the hair ties or not. I know that they liked what it did for me. That's why they wanted to make one. Um, but I've never heard whether or not you like your hair ties. And I never had a group before that you could, put pictures up since I don't have a community tab yet. And I'd like to know, how did you like those hair ties? Well, the one thing that I kept finding, because when I wrap my hair up, I wrap it up usually right after I've taken a shower. So my hair is wet, and I have enough hair that if I have it wrapped tight enough, it will stay wet. So when I take it down, it'll come down damp and wet, so that's not going to come down curly. Um, but I still usually do that because then I'll need to like take it out some the next day or something because I sleep on it, and it's not as tight. So I need to tighten it back up. Well, the issues I was having is because I put it up that way while it's wet, is that the yarn, how yarn can get when it's wet, it likes to almost kind of fuse together, but it's not fused, but it doesn't want to untie as it feels like it's almost fused together because actually it's soaking in the water, so the yarn is getting bigger. So if you make a tie with it when it's smaller and then as it expands, it makes it harder to untie, is the reasoning. Um, so I decided, I thought, well, why don't I make one where I put a hair tie on it instead of using chains as a tie? And I didn't have time to do it until the other night. I finally sat down and I did it. And I have been loving it. My hair is up in it right now. See it? Now, I have not gotten the perfect bun. I'm going to have to make the part where it wraps a little bit smaller, I think, in order for it to make a good bun. But I get it wrapped up nice enough, and then I can just put the tie around it however I can to get it to stay up in one spot. And then I'll take it down. You know what? I think I'll just take it down now and I'll just put it back up in a little bit. Make sure that it's not still wet because I want to have curls tomorrow since we're going to breakfast. And plus, my daughter's coming over to spend the day with me. I love Mother's Day, which is another reason why I need to get off here in a minute and get this up for you guys because I've been on way too long already. I have other news I want to tell you, but I guess I will keep it for tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to. Um, there it is. See, it's gorgeously curly already. I should have just left it up, but it is still damp, so I will comb through this and I'll put it back up. And what I like about wrapping my hair up with this is when I take it down, it's not the type of curly that you can't run your fingers through like I'm doing right now, and you can't. I use a pick, run the pick through, and it doesn't like get stuck. Yeah, it'll get stuck because it's curls, a little bit, but it doesn't get stuck where you're pulling it, you know. It just all combs through nicely, and I have nice curls. Isn't that gorgeous? Anyway, this is what it looks like now since I redid it. I didn't make the rectangle as wide as I did before. If you guys remember who made it with me, you make a rectangle with a split in the middle. So you do chains, and then you work the other rows, and then you fold it in half, and you can either use a needle and sew it together, or I crocheted it together. And then I crocheted this end together, and then I added the tie on as I crocheted it together. Now I should have put more single crochets on there to hide the tie a little bit more if I wanted it not to show. It doesn't bother me that it shows because normally it's just me and my husband here, at night when I'm sleeping anyway. So, and since it doesn't make a perfect bun right now, I will, I'm gonna see if I can put this back in while we're talking. I have bad arms, and especially since I've been moving all those boxes back and forth, I may not be able to do this. See, I just put that through that slit. When I tried it the first time putting the tie on, I put it in the middle of the long triangle. And then I was like, wait a minute. I wrap my hair up on that long part. I'm going to wrap the hair tie up when I wrap my hair up. So I usually leave about that much because I try to make sure that I get all of my hair wrapped in and not leave scragglies. I've never seen myself do it in the mirror before, so you have to bear with me. I'm usually not looking at it. I'm usually just feeling it to make sure that I have everything around. That side's a little bit loose, but that's okay. And then I take this. I wrap it around and twist it. And can't get it usually all the way around again, so I usually put it like halfway through. There. That one I could have gotten all the way around again, but I stopped at halfway. There, and it's back up again. Easy peasy. Once you figure out how to get it up and that, it's just really easy peasy. So, let me know below. Would you like me to do another live once I make another one and get um, the little glitches worked out of it? Um, would you like me to do another live and crochet with you guys and show you how I do it? Since I don't have a way to set up for like a regular tutorial, um, just let me know. Or do you just want me to write the pattern up sometime? I was going to write the pattern up because people wanted me to write the pattern, and I had the other way where you did the chains on both sides and then just tied it. I would always wrap it around and then tie it on the top. Um, I was going to write those up in a pattern because I actually had 3 sizes, small, medium, and large. Um, but I'm thinking about just doing the size that works for me, and then people can, it's not hard to figure out how to make it bigger. You just add more rows and add more chains to make it longer, however long you may, want it. Um, so yeah, tell me what you think below though. Let me know if you want to do another live sometime where I tell you how to do it and make it with you. Or tell me if you'd be interested in the pattern at all. Because if nobody's interested, I'm just going to make a couple more for me, and then I will not try to write out any type of pattern at all. Because I've never done any other pattern. I've never written out a pattern. That was the other thing with my head hurting the way that it's been. I didn't want to try to write a pattern since I've never done it before. But goodness knows I know how to tech edit a pattern, so it should not be hard for me to learn how, to be able to sit down and actually write out a pattern. So if you'd be interested in the pattern of it, let me know. I love it. I use it all the time. So, and it's always nice. I mean, I've always hated before where I take my bun out, and that's what made me think of making one to where I could put it into a bun. I take my bun out to take my shower because I've gotten all hot and sweaty or whatever. And then my hair would look perfect, and I'm like, great, my hair looks perfect for me to get into the shower. So that's how I knew I wanted to do that. Figure out how to recreate that. Um, and yeah, I love it now that I have. So yeah, tell me below if you would like what you would like. I've already said it more than once, so tell me what you would like, and I need to get going because I was like, when it was only 20 minutes, I was, yay, it's only 20 minutes. And the next thing I know, 20 more minutes have gone by with trying to get the box done and all of that stuff. So tell me what you would like. And with that, I am going to go. Tomorrow I will try to make a video and um, maybe try and get my husband to do video as well as pictures when I have the shawl on. That I do know how to splice video in. Um, I want to show you the shawl. So, and I have news I have to tell you about. So I have to be back before that happens. And something special is happening on Wednesday. I don't just want to post it. I want to talk about it and let you guys know that it's coming. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to sit down and tape again and talk and tell you about it. So I will see you later. Have a great weekend. For you mothers, have a fantastic Mother's Day tomorrow. I wish you the best one ever. And remember, for anybody who's not feeling well, who's feeling down in the dumps or blue and like it's only you against the world, remember that you matter. Remember that I think that you all matter. I care about each and every one of you, but I know there's somebody else out there who knows that you matter. And you may not think it, but there's somebody around you who cares about you. There's always, always somebody who cares about you. So don't give up. If you ever need to reach me, send me an email. I promise that I'm going to keep a better tab on them. And I do always look to see if somebody has written me a personal email because you can tell the difference between newsletters and a personal email when you're going down the list. So, yeah, send me an email if you need to, and I will reach back out to you. And also, remember, you are gorgeous and you are beautiful and you are handsome. You may not think you are because I know for the longest time I didn't think that I was. But you are, and always remember you are. Everybody is beautiful and gorgeous and handsome, no matter what. Talk to you guys later. Love you guys.